Well, pretty unique situation here. I mean, a light heavyweight champion putting everything on hold, moving up to a heavyweight Grand Prix. When this idea was brought to you, were you hesitant? Did you jump on it? What did you think?
No, we jumped right at it. You know, it was kind of one of those things that why not? And then when we came over, you know, that was one of the things that we wanted to be open to, different opportunities, you know, and then, you know, you can't, you know, I got the light heavyweight title and you can't pass up opportunity to go for the heavyweight title too, the vacant one, let alone be in a tournament format, you know, which I haven't been able to be a part of, you know, and you know, and I loved watching them back in the day, and so there was no hesitation. You know, it sounded like a good fun time and a good prize at the end.
That's so funny, you say it's like a good fun time. So I wonder, when you look at this, is it like, well, hell, you know what I mean? It's not my division. Let's just go do this and have fun. Or are you sitting back and saying, I've got a real chance at this?
A little of both. It's almost, but the first part is not. I'm a competitor, you know, and if I'm going at something, I'm going at full bore, and I know that about myself, so I can say, hey man, this is going to be fun. You know, we'll see what happens. But knowing that I want to go out there and win the whole thing, you know, and I want to be a two-division champ, you know. So I think it's less pressure. You know, I have my belt hanging up, and I get to, you know, not think about that for a little bit. I get to eat, I get to not cut weight, I get to fight some legends of the sport in a tournament format, you know, so it's just one of those things that's fun, but make no mistake about it, I'm coming to win that thing.
Talk about being able to eat and that sort of thing. Have you figured out kind of what weight you think you'll be? I mean, is it just your walk-around weight, or do you need to lose a few pounds to be in the right shape? What do you think?
Yeah, so when I'm training for a 205-pound fight, you know, all the training going into it, I get down to probably like 220 and then cut down from there. I want to be 230, a lean 230, fast, agile, you know, keeping the things that make me good at 205, still keeping those, but just have a little more mass, lean mass on me. So I would want to go in there probably 230, between 230 and 235.
You're facing a fellow light heavyweight first in King. Let me ask you first, when you got that matchup, was that the one you wanted? I mean, did you want to start, was it nice to be able to maybe start with somebody your size?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where he's actually the smallest guy I've ever fought, you know, in a heavyweight tournament, you know, so it's kind of funny. But we've been slated to fight before, you know, I've had my mind on him before, as far as you get a name, you know, and you're going to fight him. So for me, it's kind of unfinished business, and, you know, why not get it done right, you know, right here and now, you know, and so, yeah, there's one of those things where it was kind of the perfect fight, and let's go after it.
Do you approach that one any different in terms of size and stuff like that, or do you pretty much just got to have your body ready for the year?
Yeah, I just have your body ready. You know, like I said, for me, it's the little tweaks. For me, it's instead of, you know, halfway through training camp, I'm lowering usually my strength and conditioning for a 205-pound fight to get that weight off a little bit. For this one, I'll run straight through with it and put a little more emphasis on that. You know, but while trying to become even more, you know, faster and still move well and in and out, and, you know, be able to do the different challenges or face the different challenges which you're going to face with each fighter. Each fighter here is a totally different fighter from the next. So one of the things, you keep your head down, cliche, but one fight at a time. And you gotta treat it like a wrestling bracket. You know, if you're looking at nationals, a 64-man bracket of all tough dudes, you're like, how am I gonna make it to the end there? You just gotta win that match. You know, same here. You know, it's gonna be 3 fights and you're a heavyweight champion. So for me, I'm looking forward to that aspect.
Keeping your mind on the one at hand, but are you letting yourself fantasize a little bit, look at the bracket a little bit, and say, ooh, that'd be a fun one. That'd be a fun one.
Oh yeah, I mean, you look. There's no bad fight in this whole. Bad fighter in this whole bracket, you know, and so you look at the different matchups, and there's only a few because there's, you know, it's 8-man, whatever. So 100%, you know, get past Mo, and then it's Big Country or meet your own, you know, and you know, I know them both, I like them both, and respect there for sure. And then you look at the other side of the bracket, and there's, you know, legends of the sport, you know, Rampage, Fedor, you know those guys, and then you have Chael and Mir, and so it's going to be fun. There's no like, I don't want to fight that guy, or it's just one of those things where let them fall and we'll see where we end up.
your light heavyweight title, I wonder, I mean, it seems to be like the era of interim belts and that sort of thing. I mean, do you worry about that at all? Like, what happens? I mean, do you want to make sure people realize, like, hey, you know, don't try to take my division away from me?
Yeah, exactly. And we spoke with them before we were jumping into this tournament that was safe and we could put it on the back burner for however long it takes to become the heavyweight champ, you know. And then from there, we'll figure that out, you know. And then, I envision winning the heavyweight belt and then going back, defending my light heavyweight, and I want to stay active, you know, and come back and defend the heavyweight belt. You know, so I want to fight 3-4 times a year. So that's the plan.
Well, it could be a very fun year for you. It starts out with King Mo. Let's just talk about that one. How do you see that one going for yourself?
You know, I feel like I've fought this fighter, the same kind of fighter, a bunch of times in my career. You know, for me, he's he's got good striking, good boxing. He kind of, you know, he's not very. He doesn't really kick. He doesn't do a lot of things, you know, in mixed martial arts, and so he likes to box. He's obviously a good wrestler. He's very athletic. He's quick. He hits hard, you know. So, you know, there's certain challenges there. And then on the flip side, you know, he doesn't do a lot of those things either, too, you know. So, I just kind of look at it as guys have been fighting, like Phil Davis, kind of a similar style, you know, a little more stationary, a little easier to figure out, basically.